What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Baltmatrix here, and taking a look at Transformers Generations Chromia. Now, I do apologize as this is not my normal setup. I am kind of forced to do this setup in my bedroom because I have very limited amount of time this weekend to get any reviews done. So this lady and RC are going to be done in this style. So, Chromia. It is a fan favorite character from the original comic book series and the original Generation 1 cartoon. She has recently shown up in the IDW verse, and or the toy, I should say, is a remold and a redo of the Transformers Prime RC character. Not the first edition character, but the second figure that we got in the toy line. That was then remolded, or that mold was then remolded into the Beast Hunters mold. And we have Chromia off of that mold. Unfortunately, I think the figure overall suffers a little bit because of that, but I understand why Hasbro did it. She is in powder blue, sky blue, red, and white. Overall, a very good looking figure, except there is a whole lot of kibble on the backpack. Kibble being all of the vehicle mode parts are just kind of hanging off of her back. The front of the figure does look good, and there is quite a bit of light piping. Even though the figure has pretty darn good light piping, her eyes are kind of this translucent yellow, and it doesn't work so well. I would have liked to have seen some better light piping or better colored plastic for the light piping. I like the gun that Chromia comes with quite a bit. It's very nicely molded and is decent sized compared to the rest of the figure. It can also be stored in either her forearms or her legs. And speaking of her legs, her knees kind of remind me of something. Oh my god, that's where Dirge went! If I'm honest, I expected to really not like Chromia's alt mode. I thought the picture of the bikes or the pictures of the bike that I saw didn't really do it justice, and I do have a little mistransformation here. That does snap in. But I ended up really liking this alt mode. Yeah, I think it works very well, actually. It's a nice looking alt mode, and Chromia isn't a bad figure. She does have some problems. I wish she was a little bit more of an original mold, but I can see why Hasbro used the RC mold, because it actually does work for the toy. The alt mode is definitely my favorite of the two modes. The bot mode, it's a little bit too busy, and I wish you could take the shield off, or it could disconnect, so you could use it as a shield. And by shield, I mean this canopy part. Now, if I was going to tell anybody to get this figure, I would recommend picking up the Takara version. The paint scheme of that figure is much different than the one we got here in the US, and I think it works better. Plus, you don't have the clear canopy in the alt mode where you have here. You have a clear canopy. In the Japanese version, I think it's like orange, and it's opaque, so you can't see through it, which I would much rather have. Overall, though, I do like this figure. It's a lot better than Windblade. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video review of Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Chromia. As always, I'm Baltmatrix, asking you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.